Let's give everybody a moment. We took 20 moments. We are 20 minutes late today, so starting off the new year right, guys?
That's how the nearly deads
Yeah.
roll. If you're on time, you're early.
Dude,
So,
I hate people who say if you're on time, you're late. I'm like, no. If I'm on time, I'm on time. Like, we've been in this business for whatever. Like, nobody's ever on time, man. Like, just
and
let people
yeah, every time we stress to get somewhere on time, we end up sitting around
for
waiting on everyone
hours,
else.
Yeah.
hours. And it's like, not that big a deal. I don't know. Anyway, like, yeah, you want to be on time, for your job and things like that. But like, if somebody's like a couple minutes late, I'm not like berating them. Like, I'm a very like chronically late person, and I'm trying to work on that. Speaking of New Year's resolutions, maybe that'll be my New Year's resolution. Just try to be on time. That's actually a pretty good one. It doesn't have anything to do with losing weight or changing myself entirely. It's like, just fucking try to be on time. Like, my New
That's a
Year's
good
resolution,
one.
like every Wednesday, we're on time, 6 p.m. We're doing this. But today we
All
had
right.
technical issues. So my
But we
audio
also
wasn't
chatted
working.
for a second.
We did. We were catching up because for the first 5-10 minutes that we were logged in together, I couldn't hear you guys. So that was what we were working on. Happy New Year, Alex. Thank you for tuning in. We are not on Facebook today. We're just going to be on YouTube and Twitch. So thank you for joining us over on Twitch. We should probably spread the word that that's not happening on Facebook, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that's my fault. Like, I didn't realize that my account was attached to Streamlabs
I don't
because
know.
I know both of us sign in, like, both of us can get on the band page through our personal Facebook, and that's how it works. But I had some like fishy activity on my Facebook, so I was like, I'm gonna change my password. Like,
Yeah, don't
and
blame
so I
you.
did that yesterday.
I didn't realize it was linked. It's linked under like your Facebook page. Because I don't know why it's not under mine. I have no idea. But we'll probably have to make this switch hands anyway so the band can start paying for it. It's $20 a month to use
Oh,
Streamlabs.
Streamlabs? Yeah, yeah, for
It's
sure.
$20 a month to use Streamlabs. Like,
We
we need
should
to
have
update the
been
banking
since the
information.
beginning. Yeah,
I
do it.
started this while you guys, we were still on hiatus. So I started doing my own thing. I was doing like live streams. I was playing music. Like, we got to,
Does it work with PayPal?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
Just yeah, just put in the band PayPal.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, that's easy. All right. Josh, how are you, man? What's new?
I'm good. Uh Man, just coming off of the holidays, got to get back into school mode and work mode and all that stuff.
What did you
Uh
did you stay in town for the holidays or did you all travel?
no, we stayed here. My sister and brother-in-law came into town. We were actually supposed to be on a cruise right now, but we decided to cancel just with everything going on. And ironically, my brother-in-law got sick, and we would have to like depart or whatever in Florida. So we didn't want to fly to Florida and then somebody test positive and not get to go and be stuck there. So we're just
Right.
like rescheduling that. But other than that, I mean, it was nice. It was a nice holiday being with family and uh yeah, friends and family, and we had a lot of get-togethers between like two Christmases and a New Year's party, and I saw Spider-Man three
No
times.
wonder that people around you are getting COVID, all those gatherings. No, just
No, well,
uh
yeah,
it's going around, man. It's like, here we are
no,
again. Like, it's literally going around. Like, I know so many people around me who have recently had it.
yeah,
We've been
it's
fine, luckily.
no, yeah, and uh because my brother-in-law's sister got it, and then he was really sick, and he like stayed away from us, and he's vaccinated and all that. Not to get into all that stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah, he So it's a good thing it's kind of crazy. It was like a meant to be because we were already feeling kind of skeptical about going on a cruise. Because when we booked this was like 6 months ago, and we were just like, it'll be blown over, and it's
Yeah.
just, but but yeah, even like New Year's, like my grandma didn't go. Like we definitely tried to be smart about it. Well, some people, but it's all over the place. But it was a good time. But
I'm gonna jump
yeah.
in. Like, it's funny that you said like the cruise. Um, I forgot you were mentioned doing that. But like, when I was supposed to return to Nashville, my flight got delayed because it was coming from New York, and so I, I finally my parents took me and dropped me off. Then when I went through security, I saw it got delayed again, like another hour, and so it's already super late. Like all the restaurants are closed, and I'm just like, I gotta kill like an hour at the airport. And so I walked around and I found this one bar that was still open. It looked like they were closing up, but I went up and I was like, can I get a drink, please? And they're like, yeah, we're still open. So I sat down, but I walked over and it was pretty empty. And there was this lady just sitting there, but the bartender was over near her. So I walked over to ask if they were still open. And so I just sat down a seat or so next to this lady, and I get my drink and I'm hanging out. The lady starts talking to me, and she was actually she's from Chicago and had flown to Florida to go on a cruise for her birthday, and she was pretty upset because she's like, I guess the whole cruise got canceled, and so she was just like,
Wow.
she was like,
Wow.
this is she's like, this really sucks. It's my birthday tomorrow. The cruise got canceled. I'm sitting here at the airport. She's like, I bought this dress for like $500, and I was like, you gonna
To wear
wear
on
it
a
out
cruise?
there?
That's a
Yeah.
that's
And
more than the
she's
price of the whole cruise.
yeah, and she's like, I got this dress, and it's like, oh, fancy. I was gonna wear it. She's like, and I was like, well, I mean,
Wear
you
it around the
got family
airport.
yeah, I was like, you got family and friends back at home, like they still throw something for you and put something. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go make my friends go ice skating with me, and I'm gonna wear that damn dress the whole night. I was like,
Good for
you
you,
wear that
sis.
dress. And I'm
Yeah.
pretty, if I remember correctly, I think her name was Letitia. So Letitia, I hope your birthday was
Yes.
awesome,
Yes.
and you better wear that dress. Sorry your
Absolutely.
cruise was canceled. And but it kind of made me feel like,
Canceled,
you
like,
know, because
I'm assuming it was canceled within like days because she was already in Florida.
yeah, she had
Wow.
already flown down to like go to the port
Damn.
and get on the cruise. But I I was just kind of sitting there
That's
annoyed
sucks.
that my flight got delayed. And then she talked about that, and I was like, well, it could be worse. Like,
Yeah, for
my
sure.
birthday cruise
Yeah.
didn't get canceled, so
Yeah,
I'll
Yeah,
just
because
sit
bummer.
here and
yeah, because like even mine, ours was like unanimous. Like we canceled it and we got refunded, which I'm sure she got refunded. But honestly, like I was more stressed like it wouldn't even have been a vacation. Not to mention like I start school next week, so it's like I'm getting flooded with emails and shit, So it's like I wouldn't have any service on the boat right now, I don't think, unless you buy like a package or something.
yeah, you pay for the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So it was just definitely better. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
unfortunate for her. So hopefully she gets
People
for
are
her
still
next birthday.
people are still missing out on like those life moments, man. Thanks,
Mhm.
COVID. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what if it was like a milestone birthday or anything. She looked like she was around our age.
Yeah.
So I don't know. For me, it's like birthdays past like whatever, 25 or 30. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
What did you do, TJ?
Yeah.
Just stayed in, hung out with family, got some great presents. My
Nice.
stepmom got us a sweet present. She got one of those Twinkle in Time posters where it has the night sky on like a specific day, and she got our wedding day for us. So that was one of the best presents I think that I got. So Christmas was
Cool.
great,
Never heard of
honestly.
Awesome.
We were like zip zap zim, saw all the family, and I had and then we went to the casino. Like, it was like the best Christmas ever. Like, we were just like, we like spent whatever, a couple hours at every family. We just like, I don't know, like we're just getting better at it at Christmas. And then like we had the whole rest of the night to ourselves. I'm like, this is awesome. And I had given Jordan casino money because that's what he likes to do. So I'm like, all right. He's
Is
like,
that how Jordan and your mom clicked immediately?
I mean, that's a
They're
little
like,
different. That's a little different. But anyway, yeah, no, casinos are fun. It's a good time. You know, you just got to have a little self-control when it comes to your money. You got to have your budget and like, don't go if you don't have money to blow and spend, and like be prepared to lose. Right. Jordan
right,
is the
exactly this, and you don't spend more.
Go have fun and be like, okay, I spent this amount of money, and like we never spend more than like, you know, I don't even know. Like I'll take a 20 and I'll be like, all right, I had a little fun. Like I lost $20, whatever. Like I don't really, and it's just about like being around other people, and like it was nice being there on Christmas. It was actually packed. This motherfucker, Jordan, my husband, the luckiest person on the planet, wins like $350 off my money that I gave him to gamble with. I was like, well, that was great. Merry Christmas. It was awesome. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, we won. It's Christmas. We won. Let's go home. It was the perfect day. Really was.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Pick up
That's
a
really
second
cool.
Switch on the way home.
He already has one. He bought himself the OLED Switch. That's why I gave him casino. I was like, I don't know what to buy you. You buy everything you want yourself.
That's the problem with being an adult.
Yeah.
Like, I realized that
It's hard to buy gifts for people, man.
My family always asked for lists, and I just didn't give them anything because I was just like, I legit can't think of anything that like I need, or even just
everything
like,
that I want is like $2,000.
Exactly.
Like, like I want
somebody pay for me to get more hair. Like, it's fine.
Your hair is so
set.
fine. Like your hair is fine.
Yeah.
You've got plenty of hair, man. You're good.
I'm doing it. It's gonna be luscious. I'm gonna look like Thor when I come out.
Oh my god.
The place.
I just want to say a quick hello to Ricky, who's on Twitch, Christopher from El Salvador, hello, and Eluther. Happy New Year to you as well. Happy New Year, everybody. Yeah. What did you guys all do? Like, show us in the comments. Like, what was your Christmas like? What was your New Year's? We went over to friends for New Year's. We had champagne. Did anybody else watch the train wreck that was the Miley Cyrus like New Year's Eve?
No, not at all.
It was pretty bad. Like literally like her top fell off, and she was like holding it up like wardrobe malfunction, and it was so bad because it's live, right? And you get a bunch of like young, hot, insanely drunk people. Pete Davidson was there too. So like you don't know what other kind of like drugs are floating around and alcohol, and it's New Year's and everyone's partying, and I'm like, but you're on national television live. Like, get it together. It was kind of a train wreck. I was expecting to see like more, I don't know. You know, like when Mariah Carey fucking train wrecked New Year's Eve and it was like all over everything, how she just like didn't sing or whatever. I thought there was going to be a little bit more in the press about how bad it was, but I don't know that many people actually watched it. Well, we turned it on right before midnight. Before that, we were like playing games and having a great time. So,
yeah, I just went to a friend's place in East Nashville, and it was just a small group, like maybe 10, 15 of us, and just hanging out and chatting. I guess they did have a TV. But I don't know. I was just like too busy chatting with people, not really paying attention. And then we could see the fireworks from their place. And
cool. Yeah, Nashville does like a big thing, don't they? Like a big fireworks.
Not as big as 4th of July. Like Nashville's 4th of July firework thing is.
That's pretty intense. Yeah.
Yeah. I was downtown Nashville one year for New Year's, and it was like a mini New York kind of thing. Like they were like,
don't they drop a guitar or something?
Yeah. Like the ball drop.
Yeah.
Man, it's
in Idaho they drop a potato.
That's hilarious.
There's a video of it going around online. It's like viral, and it's like a potato with like fireworks shooting out of it, and then it like they do a potato drop at like the state capitol or something. I'm like, that's great.
That's hilarious.
Good for them.
Yeah, I took your advice, or, well, yeah, I had kind of already thought about this, but I remember last time we were talking about like at our age with gifts and like giving experiences over or like consumables. So I'm stoked my parents got me that the meat stuff again. That I guess I raved about it for my birthday. They bought me all that bacon and like sausage and
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
So for Christmas, I got that again because I didn't give the list or anything, and I was like, "This is dope." But like for my sister, I bought her like ski lift passes to a place because she likes to snowboard. So it's just like, yeah, go do a thing with your boyfriend. And then my parents, I did like a combined, like I bought them a bunch of like Groupons to like all these different activities and like wineries and things. So it's like, go do something and enjoy the time together. And so they really like that. Because I was like,
Nice.
we're
That's
adults. We
awesome.
don't need stuff. But I did get the cats a gift.
Oh.
Actually, it's more of a gift for myself. But I dropped a shit ton of money.
Did you get like a giant cat lady like tree because you have that big house?
No.
Did you get like a huge playpen for your cats because you have so much extra space?
No. I got the self-scooping litter box.
Oh,
more for me.
that is definitely more like a Steve. Like Josh knows, right? Steve is like the least. How can I make everything easier for Steve? Like that's your
exactly.
MO.
Exactly. It's called like the litter robot.
Do
or
they like
something.
it? Do
It's
they
this
poop in
big
it?
orb. Well, I just set it up today. It like came in the mail today.
Nice.
And I just set it up. It works. So I'm like, they've got an auto feeder. They've got the water fountain and the auto scooper. Because
do they drink out of the water fountain? So you have a water fountain where it like trickles water, right? Or
yeah, like
do they like it? Do they drink out of
circulates.
it?
Oh yeah, yeah, they love it.
That's great.
We want to get one for Eleanor because she doesn't really drink water, and apparently like running water is like what cats like.
Yeah, they don't like stagnant water. That's why if you have just water dishes, you have to change it out often. But with this thing, it's like a little cube, and it's almost like a fish tank, but you like fill it up with water, and it's got this little pump that pumps it through, and it circulates, and there's a filter, and every few, like once a week, I clean out the filter and put in fresh water. And but I went home for Christmas and just left them alone for like 4 or 5 days. And
because like you had an auto feeder, auto water, auto pooper scooper.
Well, I didn't have the scooper yet. I just had the auto feeder and the water fountain. And it was just kind of, but
did you come home to cat shit all over your house? Because cats don't like the dirty litter box.
Like I've already.
Did you set up like a bunch of litter boxes for them?
Yeah, because I already had
like a bunch of cardboard like here's like 10 litter boxes for every time you need to poop this week.
No, I only had 3 because I already had 2 because you're supposed to have 1 for each cat, and then I got a 3rd one and set it up. And so that was my fear. On my way home, I was like, oh, I hope they're not dead because they didn't get enough. I didn't put enough food or water. And I was like, oh, I'm going to walk inside and there's going to be shit everywhere. And no, they were like fine. Angels. Perfect angels. Like, I got in, they still had half the thing of water, half the thing of food, and they didn't go to the bathroom anywhere. Like, the litter boxes were pretty full, but I didn't see. So, but I figured buying this self scooper will help for like when I'm away too, for sure. So that at least while I'm gone, they can use a clean box and not have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at you, the auto feeder, then the water. That's a cool idea.
Yeah. Now all I have to do is hang out with them and just be chill, like because the robots do everything else. Honestly, if I have kids one day, I'm gonna buy every robot that takes everything that like takes care of the kid that's a robot. I'm gonna buy it.
We got my stepsister is having a baby. We got her like a bassinet that like rocks itself.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Like if you if you don't want to rock but you don't want to sit there and like push your baby in the little thing, it just like you just push a button and it
rocks it while you play Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
Yeah, we
just
got
let
that
the
for her.
robots like take care of the kids, and then you just be the fun parent. Like you just do the fun things with them, and then the robots
That's
change
great.
diapers and stuff.
That's great. So, New Year's resolutions. Do we believe in them? Let's talk about this.
I don't think it's a matter of like believing or not. It just depends on the person and like
Do you like
their.
subscribe? Do you make you are you like new year, new me? Or are you just like meh, it's another day?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't really do a resolution because I feel like for the most part I'm not waiting till New Year's to try to like better myself. You
Mm.
know, it's like it's something that I'm already thinking about and already working on anyways.
What was
Um
Josh gonna you were gonna say something, Josh?
no, I was gonna say I think I'm more like mentally, I'm just like, okay, like the big thing for me is I'm trying to be more organized because I don't know where the hell anything's at ever. And just with everything a lot going on. But I have been trying to be more organized for the last 6 months. So it's like I am kind of like it's just another day, but maybe like but
You're
I
not
tell you,
organized?
well,
I
it's
would
more with like
never guess. Like you were very like put together on tour. Like you're not like a messy or unorganized like person.
no, and it's not like extremely bad, but it's like it's more with like school and like keeping my papers organized, a schedule, like keeping my calendar up to date, like stuff like that, because I will lax on that as like time goes on. But
Mm.
like this first week, I mean, I've cleaned my place. I got new like storage containers for like my music stuff. Like I have a drum one, a cable
Nice.
one,
Nice.
but so it's
So
like
you
you're always
are a
kind of,
little new year, new me. You're like, you know what? I'm going to clean up the house a little bit. First week
yeah,
of the
yeah,
year, like, yeah, I'm going to freshen up. Let's organize some shit. I like that.
yeah. So, but I try to, like what Steve was saying, I do try to like better myself and work on things throughout the whole year. But so it's a little bit of both, I'd say.
Yeah, I just like
TJ.
the concept. I like the idea of like it's a whole new year. Like it really does feel like as a year is even though like time is kind of constructed and like doesn't really matter, there's something mentally that changes going from one year to the next. And you're like, all
Mhm.
right, December feels like the end and now it's January. Yay. It gives you something to look forward to because like literally the weather in New England is so fucking grumpy and gross and like just gray and like everyone's in a bad mood. It like the sun shines maybe like once a week if we're lucky, you know? Like
At least it's
Yeah.
consistent
it
because
was
this is Nashville this week. Monday, we got 8 inches of snow.
And
Yesterday, it
no,
was
8 inches.
7. Yeah, at my house, there was 8 inches of snow.
That's
And
not even
yesterday,
Wow.
possible. Did the whole state shut down?
Nashville didn't get it as bad, but Murfreesboro, I got eight
Mm,
inches. Yesterday, it was 17 degrees. Today, it was 50.
dude,
and
that's
then
That's
fucking
and
crazy.
then it's supposed
crazy.
to snow again tomorrow and Friday and like shut everything down kind of snow.
Again, yeah.
So it's just like you it may be gray and snowing cold up north, but at least it's consistently that. Here, Nashville doesn't know
Consistently
what the fuck it's
depressing.
doing. It can't make up its mind. It's so bipolar that it's like this is why I get sick every year during like the beginning of the year because my
The
body's like
weather's
I don't
up
know
and
what to
down.
Yeah.
do. It's hot one
Yeah.
day and freezing the
It
next.
literally, so yesterday was like 30, but sunny. So like I wanted to be out. I opened the windows. I was like, yay, maybe I'll like clean my house today or something. And then today it was like 50 and like rainy and that snowstorm is on its way. So we know we're getting snow like Friday. So it's just going to be like a weird, I don't know. So going from, December 31st to January 1st, or you're in January, it's like it does feel like a new start. I pretty much stopped making New Year's resolutions though because like I don't know. It's not like you said, I try to better myself throughout the year as well. Like if I want to do something, I'm not waiting until like January 31st to do it. The thing I think we do though is that we party really hard in December and everybody's like you indulge in like all the cheese and crackers, all the sweets, all the
Eggnog.
all the stuff that you do for the holidays. Like, my God, drinking more champagne, like my body weight in champagne, like just having fun, just partying and being like, you know, whatever, 'tis the season, like this is it, like whatever, I'll just get fat over the holidays. And then so in January, it's like, all right, sober Jan, and like, let's try to cut out so many of the sweets. Like, but so it, I don't know. That's the main thing. That
Happy New Year to Natty and YouTube, and Rickus being Debbie Downer, and
most
Twitch.
New Year's resolutions fail. I'm sure he has a whole 5-page report on like the research behind it. I feel like, no, I mean, and he's not
a
wrong.
Statistics guy.
He's
sure.
not wrong, but is it bad that people want to have a little bit of like hope and a little push? Like, hey, I think it's good to have a little hope and a little push at the beginning of the year. What's wrong with that? What I don't like is like the toxic like diet culture and that shit that's like, new year, new you, come join my gym, blah, 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 blah. Like, people always telling us that there's something wrong with us, that we need improvement, that we need to lose weight, that we need to do this and that. Like, that's kind of like, they're just trying to make money. Like, every store, I don't know about you guys. I mean, I shop, so every store you walk into, the workout clothes are right in front. Like, it's like workout season, workout shit. It's right in front. Yeah. Hey, you want to buy a new set of weights? Do you want to buy a yoga mat? Do you want to buy like more workout clothes? Like, you're going to go running shoes? Here you go. Get your fat ass into shape. New Year's.
Right.
And it's like, no, I don't want to. Maybe this is just what I look like now. And I'm fine with that.
I mean, I guess how I treat the New Year is similar but slightly different. It's like, I don't go into New Year's making resolutions like, oh, this is, you know, I'm going to change up my daily routine and this is what I'm going to do to, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. How I approach it is kind of like what, you know, this past year I've been trying to do with, you know, reading the 12-week year and like, you know, working on my life is for me.
Wait, didn't you recommend that book to me before? I don't think I ever checked it out.
Yeah, it's about, and so like for me, it's not so much setting resolutions as it is setting goals. And it's like at the beginning of the year, I think about like, what do I want to accomplish this year? Like, what do I want to have done? And so the 12-week year is about like, you know, when people set goals and it's like, this is my 30-year plan, this is my 10-year plan, or this is what I want to do at the end of the year. Those are all great, but there's so much time in between the end of the year. And so often, you know, you're like, oh, I want to, you know, I'm going to have this done by the end of the year, but you procrastinate. So the 12-week year idea is like, you still have those long-term goals, but you start setting shorter term goals. Like, what do I want to have done in 3 months? And you focus on that and you work your weekly routine around like, okay, this is what I'm my goal is to get this done in 3 months. So how can I make that happen? How do I need to change up my weekly routine? And so it becomes more obtainable. So for me, the beginning of the year is like, you know, this is what I want to get done this year. This year, I want to move to Nashville. I'm tired of being in Murfreesboro. So that's a goal. So I got to figure out, you know, like go apartment hunting or whatever and make it happen. And that's something that is reasonable or doable. It's not like a weekly, like, oh, I'm going to do
I have to go to the gym 3 times a week.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, Natty on YouTube said, fitness isn't just about shape nowadays. For me, it's played a good part in my mental health, which is great. There's a lot of research to back up exercise, movement. It could be very minimal, but it is great for your mental health. Like for me personally, I've been taking like daily walks, and like, that's my time. That's my fitness. That's my time to myself. I don't take my phone with me. I don't listen to music. It's just like meditation. I get to know my neighborhood. I like experience the world around me. Like that's what I was doing. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, because of the way that our sleep rhythm works, which you guys know I'm big on that. As soon as daylight savings time hit, I could not wake up early enough to do it and have enough time in my day.
Right.
So I haven't gone like this whole winter, and now it's like raining and snowing and gross and freezing every day. So it's like I do want to get back into doing that because it made a huge difference in my mental health. Like any day that I would like go for a walk and do like a little, even if it was just like a little 10-minute mindfulness, it would just be like a great day. And things really started shifting in my life. So good for you, Natty, for, focusing on the mental health aspect. That's totally true. Are you guys,
nice?
do you guys working out or doing anything like that? Like, does it help your mood?
I definitely slacked off over the holidays for sure. And between the weather, like not eating right, I was actually busier with work, and this week I did a lot in Clarksville, so long commutes, and by the time I get home, but I started back up this week, and shorter increments, but I exercise at home because I hate people watching me. I feel awkward, but I have like routines and like different exercises that I looked up with like body weight and handheld weights and stuff, and I usually do that. My routine is I work in the mornings, and when I get home I immediately do my exercises because I'm one of those persons that like I don't want to take multiple showers. So I'm like I've already been working.
Right.
So I'll just work out right now and then shower and have lunch and finish my day. So
yeah. Good for you. It's about finding like a routine, I guess, or just finding something that you enjoy. That was why I kind of settled on like going for long walks. Because I'm like, I enjoy that. And it mentally clears my mind. And it's like, I can't really get that from being in a gym. Like I try, once it started going colder, I was like, well, I'll just go on the treadmill and like, it's just not the same. Like if I'm on a treadmill, I got to listen to a podcast or something. I can't not listen to something. But when you're walking, like it out in the world, it's easy to not, because then you're just like, you have your thoughts, you like go through your day, like you go through your goals and like whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So that to me was like, okay, well, I'm never going to be like a gym rat. I'm never going to want to lift. I'm never going to want to do this stuff, but I need to do something, to kind of like get in shape a little bit more, feel a little bit healthier. So that was what I settled on. Now I feel really bad that I haven't done it in a while. I need to sleep. Sleep is important too. Sleep is a big part of mental health, and it's a big part of your physical health.
Yeah, I'm a little opposite of you though, because even when I'm doing those routines, I've got to have a podcast or music on, because if I'm in my own thoughts berate me about all my failures and things I'm not doing, and my thoughts are very against me. So I'm like, if I drown out my own thoughts with a podcast or music, then I don't have to be reminded by my own brain at what a slacker I am.
Dude, I think you need to tell this to your therapist. I'm just saying.
He
I'm
knows.
just like, that sounds like.
No, we already talk about that frequently.
The
about,
avoidance of like the issues, like that's the thing. It's like when you just like face your shit head on, that's when you can deal with it and take it a little bit of a time. And
well, more of it is just, according to him, it's me just projecting and making up stuff and putting standards on myself that don't exist.
Yeah.
And just not feeling good enough or feeling unsuccessful, and he had to kind of like set me straight and be like, well, how are you defining success? Like, what do you think is success? And I'm going on this, and then, and then he, being the therapist, takes all my words and he's like, well, when I look at you, I see this, this, and this. He's like, are your bills getting paid every month? Yeah. Or do you like have a roof over your head? Are you eating every day? Yeah. Do you have friends? Yeah. Do you have family? Yeah. Or are you having fun every day? Do you do things that you enjoy? Yeah. He's like, you're writing, doing music stuff. I'm like, yeah. He's like, that sounds pretty successful to me. And I'm like, oh. He's like,
yeah, I understand.
Like, you're comparing yourself to the exceptions.
Yeah.
And that's why you don't feel like a success.
The comparison stuff is real. It's hard, especially in
that's-
music.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm never gonna get married again if I don't prove that I'm the next like Elon Musk or something like, or I don't know, name a celebrity.
I mean, you're weird enough to be Elon Musk, so.
That's true.
Javi is in the chat. Javi's entered the chat, and he says wine tasting is my cardio. Listen, though,
True.
don't let
He's been
Javi
really into
fool
wine.
you. Javi's very philosophical and very deep and can have quite the deep conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Later.
And he's very spiritual as well.
Too bad he's not here because we could have a very deep conversation about the Matrix Resurrection.
I haven't watched it. I haven't
haven't
watched
either.
it. I heard it was bad. I'm not gonna
That's
lie. I
That's
heard it was
kinda
really
what
bad.
I heard too.
I heard it was
Well,
really
I don't
bad, and I
know
was
if
like,
you
all
guys
right.
saw.
Like, I wanted to watch it, but then Jordan hasn't seen the first 3 yet. So it's like, we have to finish watching them, and then we can watch that together.
I heard
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like
you
the
don't. It's not even like, I don't know.
but I did hear it's like the nostalgia train, but the way you don't want it to be. Almost.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
This oh well, I don't know if you guys checked the Facebook group or the Discord because I posted like the perfect summary of what the movie was. Here, I'll send it.
No, I don't think I saw it. When did you post this?
Wait,
Here,
was
I'll
it?
send it to you guys right now. So this is a picture. This is the credits are rolling, and I took a picture of me and Javi, and then my caption was like, "We just saw the Matrix. This sums it up," or whatever.
Was Javi sleeping?
Oh, the picture. Yeah, he was asleep.
He was dead asleep.
Was
No
he
way.
drunk?
Like
was he
30
drunk?
minutes before the end of the movie, he was already snoozing. And honestly, throughout the whole movie,
Look at his comment. He goes, "Matrix sucked," in all caps. I fell asleep.
dude, I was fighting sleep the whole time. I kept dozing off.
Was it a late movie?
Well, no, I mean, part
Was
of
it like a
was
midnight
we
showing?
went New Year's Day, so like New Year's Eve, I didn't sleep much.
So you were just
But-
like
So I was
hungover
already
and tired.
tired, but we
It
went
was
to
a
like
bad
a 6 o'clock
mix.
movie.
I said
went to-
hired instead of hungover and tired.
And Natty
You
in the
were
chat,
hired.
the
You're
Matrix-
hired.
Yes. Natty in the chat says Matrix is a classic, Javi. But yes, the Matrix 1, the first Matrix, is one of the greatest movies of all time, like top 10. But the sequels are trash, and this movie was so unnecessary.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing. It was so unnecessary.
Do you
and
think it was like a money
plays-
grab? We like to
Well-
talk about that a lot on our podcast, you guys. Money grabs.
Yeah,
These
like a money
sequels-
grab, but it was also like, it's timeline wise, it's a sequel, but it feels like a reboot. So it doesn't really make any sense. It's basically the first movie, Inception, the Matrix within the Matrix, but it's supposed to take place after the third one. I don't know. It's super confusing. I don't know. It's not actually that confusing because it's not deep at all.
It's like alternate timeline. Maybe like it could have ended like this.
It's just like, oh, you're doing it all over again. You're repeating it.
Damn it. You know who was right about this the whole time?
Jordan? Who?
No, guess. Who else?
Javi?
Who else?
You?
No.
Me?
Ricky.
Oh, Ricky. Yeah,
Ricky.
Oh,
when we were all going, we were like,
I mean,
the
I
Matrix
definitely,
is
No,
Go
that's how
ahead,
I
Josh.
felt.
Tell
on
us.
the podcast. I'm cutting
Honestly-
when I edit. I'm cutting this out because I cannot let anybody know Ricky
Ricky was
Yeah.
He can't
right
be
about
right
it.
about anything.
I feel
Go
like
ahead,
we
Josh.
kind of well, no, I remember talking about it when the trailer came out, and I feel like we all kind of had the same
like we were very excited, very romanticized version of the Matrix, and Ricky
Yeah.
was like, "The Matrix sucks. It's gonna suck," and we're just like, "No, it's gonna be great."
Well, no, see, I kind of felt like it was the opposite. I felt like we all were a little hesitant because it looked, even from the trailer, it kind of just looked like a retelling of the first movie,
Yeah,
which
and
is
if you're
sort
not
of
gonna
what
have
you're
Lawrence
saying.
Fishburne in there, get out of
Yeah.
my face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Just
no,
give me
I
the
mean,
next
I
John
love
Wick,
the
man.
Matrix, especially the first one. But yeah, as soon as I saw the first trailer, like when they announced doing a fourth one, I was very excited because I love that universe. But when I saw the trailer, it immediately changed my mind, and I was just like, wait, why are we doing this?
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even that excited to see it, you know? Like, I wanted to watch it like the day it came out. I think it was on HBO. I was like, oh, let's watch this.
Yeah.
Why not? But
Mhm.
Jordan was like, oh, I haven't seen the other ones. And I'm like, well, then you're definitely not going to know what's going on. So it was like, he saw the first one, I think. But
Yeah, it's like they do allude to 2 and 3 because it is technically a sequel, but again, it's I don't want to spoil
weird
anything on
timeline.
the podcast.
Yeah,
It's
no worries.
basically the
Mhm.
first movie, an alternate version of the first movie, kind of.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which,
I don't know.
okay. So Natty asked, what's a sequel you actually liked and enjoyed? And I'm going to add to this. It cannot be a sequel like a Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings that is already, there's going to be multiples, or Star Wars or whatever. Like, it can't be that because there's going to be. What's a movie that did a 2? Ghostbusters 2. That was good.
Yeah.
The
second
Ooze,
one was
right?
I
kinda,
mean-
like campy.
Or like, wait, no. The first one's the Marshmallow Man. The second one is like Vigo and the River of
Yeah.
Ooze, right? That's a
Yeah.
fucking great movie. I liked it.
I mean, I like it. Like,
it's all right.
yeah, but when you compare it to the first one, it's definitely
Or
not as
if
good.
you rewatch it, it's pretty cheesy.
Yeah.
but it's fun.
As a kid, I
It's-
loved it. It actually scared.
It didn't necessarily need a sequel, but when I
But it
loved
was,
The
or
Lost
wasn't,
World.
isn't the Lost World the name of the book in the first place?
Yeah. Well,
Was any
There
part of the
is-
Lost
there
World
is a
like based
book.
on the novel, or?
the novel is Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton, but there is a novel called The Lost World that has nothing to do with the movies, but it's about dinosaurs and stuff.
Uh-huh.
It's confusing.
Hmm.
But yeah, that the second movie, The Lost World, I loved growing up, and I still enjoy it. Like, I loved the whole like mom and dad T-Rex, like the raptor scenes. Like, there was a lot of just like super fun action scenes and like kind of intense parts that
Yeah.
I loved about that movie. I loved
yeah.
the whole idea that they were like trying to capture all these dinosaurs, and they got the Hummers out there with the cool like the like things that go out of the side, and they're trying to like net all the dinosaurs, and like as a kid too, you're watching it, and it's like the mom grabs the guy's legs and the dad grabs his head, and they tear the dude apart, and you're like, oh, that's badass.
Oh man, I loved when T-Rex busts through the thing when you just see it like, and he's walking around town at the
At
end.
the end when he gets in
Yeah.
the city, yeah,
He knocks
and
the
eats
big
dog,
like, yeah, he eats the dog. He's drinking out of the pool, I think.
and knocks the big like 7'6" gas
Yeah,
station
and it's
ball
rolling
down.
down. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's like that
And-
classic old school like Godzilla concept of like big monster in a city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Natty said Shrek too. I don't know if I ever saw the second Shrek.
I don't think I did.
I don't think I did either.
I didn't-
There's a third one too, I think.
I think
Isn't
there's
there?
more than that.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. I think there's offshoots.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't one of the characters get their own little Puss in Boots, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's a movie just about them, or the donkey,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Natty is very upset.
Oh no.
We've never seen Shrek 2? Like,
That's my New
no.
Year's resolution.
See Shrek 2
Shrek
this
2.
year.
Yeah.
I've never saw Finding Dory, and I'm very ashamed because
I
it was
haven't
such a
either.
big deal. Like,
I liked it.
I never saw it, but it was a big deal when it came out. So it was very hyped of millennials, people like us. Oh, we've been waiting 20 years for this or whatever. And this movie,
Yeah.
it was like,
Mhm.
Finding Nemo, though, is also like it can be quite a sad movie.
Oh, Pixar, that's what they do. They
yeah.
rip your heart
Any
out
Disney
and show
movie.
it to you.
Any
do.
Disney
They,
movie. Like,
they are.
I still haven't been able to watch The Land Before Time since I was a kid. That is like the movie that traumatized me was The Land Before Time.
I mean, that's like one of my top all-time favorite movies, but it is heartbreaking. It's tough to watch.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I was a kid, I had Land Before Time, everything. I had the toys, I had the puppets from McDonald's, we had all the toys. We loved The Land Before Time. We had books, we had everything, but like I couldn't watch the movie.
Aliens.
That's a great
a
sequel.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a sequel
that's a
that's
fun
better
sequel.
probably than the first one.
See, I don't like to say that because they're two very different movies. Like Alien is like a horror film.
Weren't they like
It's like
directed
a
by two different
Jaws. Like
people?
yeah, Ridley Scott did the first Alien. He created the whole franchise, and the first one was very much a horror movie. It's isolated space station. You barely see the monster. It comes out. It's killing people one by one. Aliens is an action flick.
Yeah.
So it's
That's why I like it. Oh, T2 Judgment Day.
yes,
Ooh, yeah.
That's a
good
great,
one.
That's a
great
good
movie.
one.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, when we're talking sequel, you want to say improving on the story and elaborating, like, what we needed a sequel because, like, it was in that. Yeah, that's one that just made the world even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Before we get too deep into this, since we did bring up the Matrix, because we were talking about the last topic being nerdy like we normally do, but me and Josh wanted to, because speaking of movies and sequels, we talked about Matrix, all that. A bunch of nerdy stuff came out over the holidays. But should we do some housekeeping real quick before we jump to that?
Yeah, for sure. Do you have our list of our producer patrons up?
I can pull that up.
Yeah,
If you
pull
want
up
to
the
start
list of the
talking
patrons.
about the awesome album we're working on, and
Yeah. So happy New Year, everybody. And thank you to all of our beloved patrons. I know most of you guys who are watching and listening right now are members of our Patreon. If you're not, consider joining. Every dollar helps us keep creating this brand new album, writing, and it's going to go directly to the recording costs, the production costs of the new album. It's getting pretty done. I mean, I feel like right at this point, you guys are like waiting on me to finish lyrics, but I think all the songs are pretty much fleshed out and done. And if you are a patron, you have access to listen to the demo tracks. And I even think some of the ones with the lyrics and the stuff is on there. So you're hearing the songs like from their infancy, hearing what you're helping to create. Obviously, as a long distance band, it's like not as fast or easy to like get things out to you guys, but we're working on it. And I'd say that's a pretty good New Year's resolution to have an album done by the end of the year. I think that was our resolution last year, but whatever. I can remember specifically being
the acoustic
on
album.
yeah, the
Yeah.
acoustic album. I can remember specifically like making a plan for the year. I could probably even find it with like all this shit that I was gonna do, and I was like, I don't think we've done any of it.
I have it on my wall, like
But
stuff. We've done most of it, honestly.
At least it's the ball is rolling on a lot of it, and you can't really predict a lot of stuff. Like COVID has kept people from traveling. Like even last year, like we've had lives, we've been growing as people, and yeah. But some of these ideas are just like so solid and good. And I've been working on lyrics a little bit every day, just making sure they're the best they can possibly be. And
we're getting a lot of good feedback, and even with the acoustic stuff we've been putting out, like the people that I've showed, like the patrons already have it, the unearthed version of Fact and Friction, but the people I've showed really have dug it. They think it's really cool.
Yeah, the acoustic album, everything is done, right? Like my parts are done.
For 3, I guess. Yeah.
We're still finishing up, but that's on the horizon, and that's going to be available to patrons only
for a while.
Yeah. For a while.
Yeah. But then it will eventually go up on Spotify and all the other stuff.
Because what if the only acoustic song we've released is Believer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all the other ones you can't hear.
Yeah,
we have
more.
Evil Ways done. Evil Ways sounds really cool acoustic. We're kind of reimagining them as well. There's going to be I Said, I think.
Maybe.
I sent it to you guys, so I hope that it gets done because I thought I did a really cool version of it, like a slower piano version of I Said. Yeah, so
yeah, we can get it done.
A couple other songs.
Diamond in the Rough, the remix. That's going to be the easiest. That's going to be done next. Then you got I Said, and then I gotta go record acoustic for Reasons.
Oh yeah. I gave the vocal for Reasons, all right.
I think so. I'm not sure. You sent me. I can look. I don't know if I have it in my downloads here.
I thought I was like done with everything. And Javi, Army of 100 Sheep, he's working on new music. I'm going to sing on one of his tracks, so I'm going to get that done probably next week. Do a little background vocals for Javi. I feel very honored to be included in the project, seeing as everyone else has been.
Nice.
Everybody else but me. So that's
I haven't.
fun.
I'm not on
I've-
Javi's tracks.
I
I just
haven't
help him
done
shoot his
Javi's.
videos.
Yeah,
So
but
he
you
gets
guys have
free
done
labor
other
out of
stuff
me.
together
Yeah, we've
In
done
the-
stuff
in the
past.
past. In the past.
Well, honestly, I haven't had Javi on all my solo stuff. I haven't had any of the band, and it's all been just other people. Because like originally, I don't know. We can just discuss it. I thought about having you on one of those tracks, but you know, I'm like, we do the Nearly Deads together. You know,
Yeah.
that's all us anyways. So it's like, I don't know if I want it to come across as Nearly Deads. I don't know, but yeah, I haven't had Javi or anybody on.
Yeah, we
that.
got to definitely put all of our focus into this like full length and just like getting it out there and just like doing it because we need to do it. You know, that's the point. Like, see, like who knows what happens when we put it out.
And trust people listening and streaming now. We're gonna put everything into this, and it's gonna production, like everything. No, we're not cutting any corners. It's gonna be the Nearly Dead's next full length, just like
it's gonna be like a legit even
balls to the wall. Yeah.
Hopefully, I feel like that's why it's taking so long too. It's because we're not doing filler. We're not just trying to get something out. We have no timeline. We have no label. We don't have to worry about stuff like that, which is awesome. It's because of you guys. But also it's a catch-22. It's like a deadline and like some more, like Josh was talking about being more organized earlier. I'm like, we might need that. I feel like I need that. I feel like I need to sit down. I need to sit down, hunker down, finish these lyrics.
We're starting drums.
Yeah.
So just be prepared. Like,
I will have all of the lyrics done by May. That's a lot of time. I could get them finished quicker.
I was gonna get Josh in March, but unfortunately our producer is on tour that month, so we had to push back a little bit farther for him to get back from tour.
So May was actually going to be when we were shooting for, I think.
Yeah,
because I'll finish.
Josh, basically, you're going to walk on stage. They're going to hand you your diploma, and then you're going to get on a plane and fly to Nashville.
Come record
recording drums. That's what's happening.
Well, this is what, and we could talk about more in detail too, because I'll finish up the second week in May. I was hoping at the tail end of May I could go and record the drums, because graduation is like 3 weeks later, which is just like a single day. So it doesn't really matter. But basically after the second week of May, I'm free.
Yeah. And then our other timeline was to send Brian the demos in January.
Hey, I mean, January just started.
Not flying.
I'm not coming to Nashville anymore.
You're not coming down, but we can at least finish the demos like we've been doing and send them to Brian so he has an idea of what he's getting into. But I think we've been getting good feedback on the demos, and
I'm just being really like a perfectionist. I've talked about this in every stream. I'm always just like, I'll start writing something, I'll have 1,000 ideas for it. I can't narrow it down to one. I end up getting overwhelmed and just like being like, I'm not in the right headspace for this right now. Or I start whatever finishing and I'm just like, this sucks,
right,
and I don't like it, and it could be better, and how could it be better, and that's like, I don't know, I feel so much pressure for it to be like perfect, and I know I'm not supposed to be like that, but like also I'm very like done is better than perfect. But you need to put something out into the universe that's true to your heart, that means something to you, that's not just a bunch of cliche, shallow, meaningless songs just to get them finished. Like for me, like that's where I'm at. Like,
well, that's why you send this.
It's an artistic process. Sometimes it takes time. I finished
Because yeah,
I finished a handful of songs, and like there's more that I haven't shown you guys yet that I'm further along on than like I have a whole chorus, but then I'm just figuring out how do we get here? What do I talk about? How do I do this? Because I'm so much more older and wiser and more mature, and like we have so much more to say than we did 10 years ago when we did our like first debut EP. And I'm just like, I'm so scatterbrained with like how to put some of this stuff into words, and it's overwhelming sometimes. And I just like play Animal
you've been
Crossing,
doing a good job though.
dissociate.
And our
Yeah.
first review by our old drummer Corey, I went and hung out with him a little bit over the holidays, and after like I had flown back, I had talked about because he asked what we were doing, and I sent him the link to the demos, and so our old drummer, he messaged me unsolicited to say he thought TJ's lyrics sounded very mature and grown, and he's like, she's progressed so much over the years. So I think we're going in the right direction, and you're absolutely right. I mean, we don't need to rush it. We don't need to cut corners or
That's what I'm worried about is like,
but you also don't want to be like, when you have something or like you're cooking and you keep tweaking or you keep adding stuff, or like you end up making it worse because you overthink it. It's like you have to find that balance of like not settling but not overanalyzing.
I mean, overthinking is like my thing. I'm discovering that about myself. This is, I've been on this journey of self-discovery for a couple of years now. Like while the band was on hiatus and stuff, and I'm just like, having like losing that kind of like North Star of like, okay, this is what I want to do with my life. Then you don't have that. And you're just like, now what the fuck do I do? Now who am I? What am I if I'm not TJ from the Nearly Deads? Like, fuck, I have to be somebody else. I have to be myself. I have to face myself.
There you go. There's a topic for a song. Facing yourself.
Yeah.
That's a topic for every song.
I talked about that earlier about like doing things without music to distract me from myself.
Literally. So I should write a song only about my babies in Animal Crossing then?
Yeah. That would be great.
Do it. I mean, Led Zeppelin wrote songs about The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, so
oh, you're right.
Really Deads can write about Animal Crossing. Why not?
No one will know. They're never gonna know.
Yeah.
How would they know?
Well, yeah. It was just
how would
like,
they know?
Sometimes, like, so you wrote that chorus for Relentless, and I thought that whole song was a banger, and there was just like a few tweaks, and I was just like, what if we, this hook, how do we make it pop a little bit? And then you sent me something, and it was like almost a completely different chorus, and I'm like, wait, I think we took this a little bit further. Like, you already wrote a badass chorus. I thought just like an adjustment of one or two words was there, and so to me, I was like, that was a moment where I feel like maybe you got too in your head with it, because I thought it was good already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think too, like once we finish these demos, you get those outside perspectives. We'll send them over to Brian, and kind of his reactions will kind of say things too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need that out. Like I'm a very introverted person. I do like to create alone and isolated. I do. Like don't get me wrong. Like it's like when we're writing the music side of things, like it's fun to be around everybody, but like when I'm writing lyrics, like I need like a peaceful like zone where I can come up with like my best work, because I feel like if I'm around other people, it tends to go shallow or something or whatever. Like, I don't know. I just like, I'm more comfortable like, but then when you bring it to people, then I'm always like open to suggestions. And I need that. I need the feedback. I'm not like gonna sit and be married to my ideas, but also, like it's very like deep and meaningful to me on a personal level. So then it's really hard for somebody to like fucking tell you it sucks.
But I don't think anything you've done sucks.
I know. You guys don't tell me that it sucks. It's just like the internal, you guys are, you're right. It's the internal saboteur. It's me overthinking. And how do you go over that? I need therapies. That's it.
Basically, you just need to use all of my lyrics because I'm right all the time.
I
No,
think
I get
that's
what you're
just the
saying,
struggle
though, like,
of being an artist.
No,
too,
I'm
though.
taking
I
your
mean,
lyrics and I'm like, I pepper them in. That's how I'm using, like, you're giving me like the concept, because I literally, like, I don't know if it's decision fatigue or what do you call this syndrome when you have a million and one ideas and they're all good. And you're just like, I don't know what avenue to drive down today. This could be a breakup song. This could be a society song. This could be a song about growth and personal growth. And this could be a song about overcoming your demons. It could be a song about, and I'm just like, like, that's what's going on in my head, man. Because the songs are so good. The music part of it is so good. And I'm just like,
when did we write a song about Josh?
I got to live up to the expectation. I got to live up to the expectation of like this music being so badass. And like me feeling like I'm the reason that the band is not as big as it should be, because the lyrics and the message isn't there, because the music is so there. And it's just like put so much pressure on myself.
I don't know. I would argue that it's the lyrics that are the reasons our fans are here and stick around. It's like when they talk to us, it's not, I would say more often than not, if somebody's like, oh, this is my favorite song, and it's because they're saying, oh, that meant something to me, or they're quoting a lyric. Most of our fans, I don't hear, that was my favorite song because that riff was cool.
Yeah.
Or that,
I mean, the riffs are cool. Like that guitar solo in Frequencies. It's simple, but it hits. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like my favorite part of that song.
Well, I appreciate that. That's play to my strengths thing. I'm not a shredder, but I like melody.
Whenever I listen to like,
it's probably my favorite song.
When I listen to Smashing Pumpkins and shit, because I know that's like a big influence, or it's like it's so evident. Anyway.
Yeah, and that's kind of this new record. Like, it's tough to not be obvious about your influences. But I think what's fun about this new record is the songs are all so diverse. And I think it's because we're all drawing from our individual inspirations. And I think that's cool. Because it all sounds like Nearly Dead's because you're singing and it's all rock. There's all guitars. But, it's like you listen to one song and it's like, okay, this definitely has some more like punk influence, or you listen to this song and it's like, this one definitely has some more like kind of grungy 90s influence, or this one has more of an industrial, or like, whatever.
Which it's cool. It's like us being us. That's
I
what
almost
the
want to
journey
call the album like This Is Us.
the journey, I feel like, ends with you becoming more yourself, like more you.
Right.
I was watching that St. Vincent masterclass, and I'm ripping this from her and like Alicia Keys and like some of the people I look up to and admire, the books that I read, the TED Talks that I watch, whatever it may be. It's like this universal theme is just like a lot of people, and this is a societal thing, we have to break out of like what our parents expect us to be, what society expects us to do, your colleagues, your friends, and be yourself. And it sounds so easy to be like authentic, but we're so stuck in the comparison train, comparing yourself to others and like trying to emulate that person or this person. And like, it's almost like you have to, like, the later years of your life, not that we're like old or anything, but it's like you have to, it's like you can't control getting put into the system, right? Like you're put in elementary school, your parents are like, don't do this, don't dress like that, wear this, da-da-da. Like everyone tells you like all this stuff. So you have to like learn how to break out of that. And again, that's like the journey, and it's for creative people, for artistic people, it's especially the journey. And like, these are the thoughts that I want to put into songs. And I don't think I do a good job of it, but I try. Like, this is the stuff I want to talk about. but then it ends up sounding like corny, you can do it BS songs, and I don't like that either. So I don't know.
That's the Steve Solo project. I'm like super obvious about the message. There's no like decryption or anything. It's just like,
No, I'm not trying to not be blunt and obvious with it, but it's very it's done, it's been done by a lot of people. There's some amazing empowering songs. A lot of them are pop songs, you know, a lot like the girl power stuff that's everywhere. And I'm just like, okay, well, how do I do it in my voice with this band and not be, I don't know. I am super concerned about people liking it, and I need to break away from that. And I think I just realized that.
exactly like
because
Yeah.
I know
It's
that
Always
our
Sunny podcast said.
yeah,
We
Yeah.
write it because we like
Yeah.
it and we're stoked about it. Fuck it if nobody listens to it.
yeah,
Yeah.
And by the way, I love that Javi's actually with us, but through chat form
Yeah.
and not in the chat. But I think he nailed it because I was like, the whole time when I've been thinking about this album and how much it draws from each of our own individual personalities and influences, and it kind of comes together to be its own thing. You know, I've had this like the Nearly Dead's This Is Us kind of, you know, what to call the album, or like, and then Javi says album title, We Are the Nearly Deads. Like, how perfect would that be?
What about introducing the Nearly Deads? No,
We can't.
we
leave them
are
out.
the Nearly Deads.
Dead.
No, no, with it, no,
We
no
can't
one knows
introduce
that.
We can't introduce ourselves.
Whatever. We are the Nearly
But
Deads.
I mean,
Hi.
I kind of like that idea. We are the Nearly Deads.
I mean, I wanted to call it Redemption, but whatever. I like We Are the Nearly Deads. I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's cool.
It kind of like will sum up. You know, it's just like this is us. This is what we do. Like
Javi says
this-
he was joking, and we're just
yeah,
like,
but I
dude,
don't
that's
care.
awesome.
Like, I think
This is
it's
the
great
best idea
I
you've
think it's
ever
great
had,
because
Javi.
I think this album, like the way we're approaching it, I just feel like it is very like this. I think this is the most us in an album. This is the most like I said, drawing from our influences.
See, you're right though. That's why
combining
it's
them
taking
all.
me. That's why it's taking me so long to write the lyrics, because I'm like trying to be true to myself after years of comparing myself to other people and like being in my head about stuff. And that's why I get so overwhelmed, because I'm like, no, like that's what you're doing right now. Stop doing that. Be yourself. Self-reflect. Da da da. All of that. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but like when you were saying that, that just made me think of like that's why it's taking me so long to do, because the stakes are high. The stakes are if
Well,
I
see,
don't
to me,
take
I
this
feel
time.
like that makes the stakes lower because
No, for
we're
me,
not
so for
hitting
me,
ourselves.
so the stakes are high for me to be authentic, because I listen to a lot of our music and think like that was not my message, that wasn't what I wanted to say or whatever, or that didn't sound the way I thought. Like you know what I mean? So that's what I mean by the stakes are high for me. Like this, you know, I want to look at that and be proud of it when I listen to it. And I want to be proud of it to be sitting there on the shelf and be like, that was exactly what I wanted to say. And it was concise and it was perfect and it was brilliant and it was all these great things. And I just don't think there's anything wrong with aspiring to be great for my own sake. Like, I want to think it's awesome. I don't need to like move mountains or change the world with the music, but like it should move my world. It should mean something to me.
Right.
So when I'm not satisfied with something, I just can't put it out into the world like that. So I overthink.
Yeah, I don't know. It's too like
I feel like
yeah,
it's just the
Javi's
Nearly
saying
Dead's
he's Jeff.
therapy hour today, and for the whole year. I talk about this all the time, and you guys know I do.
I think it's a good episode. We're hopping all over the
Yeah.
place, but I think too, if we did, and Tavi said he was joking, whatever, but I think it's a great, like, I think it's good. I think it's a great summary of what this album is, but I think it also goes into our, like, Invisible Tonight was the only album that kind of had a title, because the rest, it was like self-title. Then we got Revenge of the Nearly Deads.
Yeah.
Like, we are the Nearly Deads. I mean, we had Survival Guide, which I guess is sort of a title, but I don't know. It's almost more of a colon, whereas
Mm-hmm.
like as opposed to like an album title. So I don't know. I think it's cool too. Just yeah, if it. I think it's there's a lot going on here. I think our fans are gonna love it. I know we're gonna love it.
Yeah.
That and the inspiration hit song. Let's write that one just about Zelda, or let's write
I
it
already
about the
have ideas
Matrix.
for that one. That's the one about that's called Leap of Faith now, no? About believing
It.
in yourself? That's inspiration
I
hits.
thought Leap of Faith was the one Josh wrote
Yeah.
with the riff.
I thought you wrote both of those.
Inspiration Hits was the song I wrote that kind of has the like piano in it at the end, and it's the one that you said was the
Oh,
most punk song that I've written.
wait. I like this song a lot. I have ideas for it. It's not about Zelda.
What about the Matrix? Can we make it about the Matrix?
The Matrix.
Are you guys cool with me?
Specifically, the fourth one.
Write it about resurrection.
Wow. Yeah, expectations were high and you let me down. That's a good concept for a song. I don't know. Mhm. I have ideas for that one. I really like that one.
Yeah.
Dude, why are we all so fucking busy? I hate that. Hate it.
I'm not. I live alone.
Well, the rest of us, like,
Well.
y'all, okay, let's talk about this. Can we change the subject to something lighter?
Yeah.
I just signed up for HelloFresh.
Nice.
Like a meal.
Hello, fresh.
Like a meal plan thing where they mail you groceries because I'm just too fucking lazy / busy to like go to the grocery store.
Yeah, Free Beer and Hot Wings promotes it in the mornings.
HelloFresh.
Hello, fresh.
So that's like also on Queer Eye. They promote it. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to do it. But
wait, is there a new one? Is there a new season?
Oh, yeah. It's amazing.
When did it come out?
Like a couple days ago, I think.
Son of a bitch.
It's in Austin, Texas.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting on that. I got the next episode of Boba Fett to watch tonight, but
Oh, I haven't watched that at all.
the next, Queer Eye. I didn't know there was a new season. All right,
it's incredible. I love Jonathan Van Ness. I love him.
My favorite is damn it, I'm blanking on the name now.
Which one?
Not Tan.
Karamo, Anthony.
Karamo is my favorite
because he's the spirit guy.
Just like
he
he's just the like makes you feel good about yourself, like pumps you up, and I just feel like if I were having a bad day, if I gave Karamo a hug, I would like feel better.
He would give you a fist bump and be like, "You're doing great, man."
Yeah,
that's his vibe.
I've been meaning to cry. I need to watch that show. I need a good cry.
Dude, they have an episode where this lady has a farm where she rescues animals that are like handicapped animals. That one's gonna make you cry.
Oh no.
Oh, they all do. Every single one. I don't think I have ever not cried on a Queer Eye episode.
There's some really cute ones, yeah. Like, and Netflix knows it. In the description, they're like, grab the tissues, a new season of Queer Eye is here. It's like, fuck, but we're all going to watch it. We're going to cry. It's just so heartwarming. Tan actually has a masterclass too, so I've been watching that.
Oh, nice. Is it all about pairing prints with and then doing layers? I feel bad because sometimes I kind of roll my eye with Tan because he almost like, I feel like sometimes when he is like snazzing up people, he kind of there are some exceptions on certain episodes, but most of them, he's giving everybody the Tan style. I'm like, he doesn't really like elevate that person's individual style, it's because
I don't know.
I feel like it's like you got the kind of rockery, nerdy hipster dude or whatever, and it's like still, it's like, here's your do the front tuck, here's your layer over your button up, here you want to print.
No, but
get
like
the print with the thing, and it's like,
yeah, but he does that because it makes people look better.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a
Like if
good
you
look, but
layer, like it makes you look thinner because you have like a contrasting color. Like he does it for a purpose. Like same thing with like the
he's not
tucking
like the
in.
goth kid. He's not like doing that, but with like gothy, rocky clothes. He's still making
Yeah.
the goth kid wear a bright print over. It's just kind of like,
Well, he doesn't make anybody wear anything they don't like. Like I love when he takes them shopping and he's like, "Would we ever do this? Can we just try it?" And then they try it on. They're like, "Yeah, I like this."
yeah.
I don't know. I like him.
No, I like him. I just feel like sometimes I think he's got a formula that he kind of sticks to.
Hmm. The French
Um,
tuck.
and same with what's his name, the redecorator,
Bobby.
remodel
Oh
guy,
yeah,
Bobby.
Bobby. His
He's got a
stuff always
formula.
looks super like gentrified neighborhood decor.
Yeah,
Like it looks
yeah,
amazing. Like I love it, but then I'm just like all your houses look kind of the same. They have this like kind of like boho-y, like
yeah. And I'm not gonna lie,
modern.
like the houses I've been looking at in Nashville, I really want the modern, like
Yeah.
square block color, like modern looking house. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's cliche, but I fucking love
It's
it.
what's in right
I love
now.
it.
It's what
I just
everyone likes.
well, because it's there's a reason it's in because it's so clean and simple. It's
Yeah.
not gaudy. It's
Yeah.
not a design like the '70s where you got freaking floral print on the wall and some crazy brown color car. It's just clean, so it just looks good in any generation.
What about you, Joshy? Are you planning on like staying up in West Virginia or Pennsylvania? Are you planning on staying up there and getting work, or what do you have? You
And
don't if you don't have a plan, that's fine too. I'm just curious.
yeah, no, initially, I mean, my first plan is to graduate, but
Yeah,
and
but like
then
after that, like is there something that you want to do?
I'll probably get like an apartment in Pittsburgh because that's where I want to work first because like
Mhm.
it's just a good place to work. So yeah, I definitely have those that like planned out. I've looked at apartments because I don't want to like get a house because I don't know exactly what I'm doing, in the long term.
Mhm.
But
Hey Josh,
just
you could get residency at Vanderbilt or something, and I'll have an extra room. You can room, move in with me, and we can write music all day.
no, Steve. No, I mean just for like that's the beauty of it though. After I kind of get my feet wet, then I could definitely look. I could really go anywhere,
Mm.
So,
Any
Mhm.
hospital.
so yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, for now. Plus, I do love Pittsburgh. Like I love the city, so I would like. I mean, I don't want to live like directly in the city, but like the outskirts, maybe like 15 minutes away from like where I'd work. So I
Nice.
have I have a couple places picked out, but
Here's the thing, though, Josh. If you move there, you need some sort of self control. You can't have permanis 5 days a week.
What's
Okay.
that?
oh no,
What's
that's
permani?
that's like
Did you not go with us when we were in
Is that
Pittsburgh?
a Pittsburgh thing? Is that like a restaurant?
yeah, it's it's like it's like a sandwich. It's called a Pittsburgh sandwich. I don't know, you gotta like look it up, but it's really good. Yeah, yeah. Why wouldn't you have
Did
gone
I
with us?
did I not do that with you guys? I don't
Because
know.
there was
I don't,
when we
yeah,
played
it was
at
when we
Diesel.
played it was on the In This Moment tour, right?
Oh, did we? Yeah, because there's a lot more than that.
Wait,
When we played at
Primanti sandwich?
yeah,
Permanis, right?
Permanis.
Per pre what?
Spell it, Josh.
Primanti
I
Brothers.
don't know how it's spelled. Yeah, it's brothers. Yeah,
Primanti Brothers is a chain.
yeah.
Dude, there's no way I went to this place with you guys. I don't know what I was busy doing.
Yeah. Maybe you weren't there. I don't know. But I
Well,
know me and
when we,
Josh and was Javi there? I don't know.
I know we would have gotten it.
Your
You guys
cousin
never
went,
used to
right?
get food for me on tour.
So
I always
that
had
would
to
have
fend for
been
myself.
no, that would have been when we played at Diesel because there's one like right down the street from Diesel, and if my cousin was there,
Oh, yeah,
then
yeah, that one that had the elevated stage.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So that was with
Blame Shift, I think.
Eyes Set to Kill, right? Oh
Yeah,
no, yeah, Blame Shift.
was that the same? I can't.
I don't know. That's all blend together
It's
at this
yeah.
point. Um So yeah, we were lightening up with nerd stuff. So I brought up the Boba Fett. I'm pretty stoked. Looks pretty good. A lot of good TV shows coming out. Did anybody else, Josh, or watch Hawkeye?
I
I
haven't.
really liked
Mm-mm.
it. It was very like Die Hard vibes, where it's like New York Christmas time, like the music. It was a lot of fun. It's probably my favorite of the Marvel like TV shows so
Yeah.
far. A lot of fun. I love the Kate Bishop. She's funny. Hawkeye I always thought was kind of a dumb character. I didn't really like him in the Avengers, but in this one I was just like, okay, he's dope. I can relate. Um, so yeah, I watched that. And Boba Fett came out, and we talked about the Matrix. I guess we have to talk about Spider-Man
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
without spoiling.
Without spoiling. Yeah. Man.
Give us your summary, Josh.
Sheesh.
Number two Spider-Man fan.
You saw it how many
Whoa.
times? 4?
3.
Damn.
Repeat.
I wish I seen it 3 times, but I will say it's the first movie that I've ever gone to the theater by myself. Because I
Yeah.
didn't have anybody to go with. Like, my friends who wanted to watch it either lived out of state or were waiting till Christmas Day to see it with their families. And I was like, I need to watch this movie. I can't wait. So I went to the theaters by myself. And it was fine while I was there watching it. And then afterwards, I hated it. And I was like, this is why I don't go to the movies by myself.
You couldn't talk about
couldn't
it.
talk to
'cause
anybody about it.
After I'm like walking out and I'm like, I got nobody to be like, hey, remember that part?
Is
That
is
was
your
cool."
mind blown just like mine?
Yeah.
No, the funny thing is I was fully planning on going by myself if nobody, so if I couldn't go, because I had to go opening night. But yeah, I went opening night with Cody, but then like a couple of my other cousins wanted to see it again. So I was like, I'll see it again. And then I went with my parents over Christmas, so because they wanted to see it. So I was like, I mean, I'll see it a 5th time. I don't care. But yeah,
Dude, I
man.
think it was better than any of the Avengers movies.
Oh,
I
me
liked
too.
it better than Endgame or Infinity War.
Yeah, and just I don't know, even obviously there's a lot there's a lot in that movie, but like it's just a good movie too. Like the sad, like this, I love that it was sad, like kind of a sadder movie.
Dude,
You
that was
needed
gut
that.
wrenching, that one
Yeah,
part.
yeah, yeah.
How much
Midway
they
through the
lingered
movie,
on it, and you're just
yeah,
like, oh god, the feels.
I know. And then even like the ending, I love it's sad, but it's not that same kind of sad. It's like a different sad, but it's still like sad.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Uh,
And then I thought they perfectly, the way they incorporated all the different universes and the plot line, I thought was very unexpected, but perfectly done. Like,
yeah,
I thought it was a great way to incorporate all the different Spider-Men and all the villains and the return of some of the favorite villains. God, Willem Dafoe.
oh, he's
He
just,
was
I
so
mean,
good. So good.
unbelievable. Yeah, like him. I mean, of course, Alfred Molina is fantastic, and then the rest. I mean, Jamie Foxx is a little bit more, but then the supporting kind of other guys. But it was just so good. But Willem Dafoe, just man, like he's just
Yeah, and all the references
unbelievable.
to the old movies and not really retconning them, but kind of like, when the Spider-Men are like interacting with each other, they kind of bring up flaws or questions from the other trilogies and but kind of
Yeah,
poke fun at them and then kind of sort of make them make sense. And
yeah. Oh
I
yeah,
thought that was great.
the dialogue and chemistry was just done so well. Like it's kind of crazy how much nostalgia and stuff like that was thrown into it, but it didn't seem, I don't know, like it's hard to put into words, but it's 20 out of 10 in my book.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like they made Tobey Maguire cool. It's
yeah,
like, oh, you're a huge dork, and probably like even though Spider-Man 2 is one of my favorite Spider-Man movies ever, he's still probably the worst Spider-Man
yeah,
of the three as far as like nailing the personality of Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
yeah. His like Andrew, definitely. I think Andrew has the most, as far as like the dialogue while he's Spider-Man. He just has that like down. I mean, Tom Holland's good too, but he hasn't really had his time yet. I think in the next three movies, as far as
Oh
like,
no, Tom Holland wipes his ass with Andrew Garfield. Like,
oh yeah,
me personally, I think Tom Holland is the perfect balance of like awkward but also quippy. He's super quippy as Spider-Man, but then he's awkward and fumbles around as Peter Parker trying to like have a crush on girls and stuff like that.
oh yeah, no,
It's the
him as
perfect balance.
Peter, but I don't think he's really, he is quippy, but I just don't think, I just, with Andrew's movies, you got to see it a lot more than with his movies because he was
Right.
always just with Iron Man,
I just felt
basically.
like Andrew Garfield is too cool
Well,
for
as
Spider-Man.
Peter, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's but they're all just, I don't know. It's just so crazy.
I'm gonna mention one line, but I love it so much. Like talking about Tobey Maguire as Peter, and he pops up, and they're like, "You had your uniform," and he's like, "Yeah," and he like shows it's under those clothes. But when they say, they're like, "Dude, are you really gonna go out dressed like a youth group
Faster.
pastor or
Yeah.
something?" Because he just had like everybody else is showing up in their Spider-Man uniform, and then Tobey Maguire like walks out, and he's just got like chinos on and like a shirt with like a sweater over the top, and they're like, "Dude, why do you look like a youth group pastor?"
I love that. And it wasn't even until I think it was like when I saw it again, I was like, you know what? I love that they waited because Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, it like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man costume, I think is most people's like favorite. It's just the most, it's like the first one, you know? So I love how they almost waited to show him in his, where Andrew, that's, you see him in his Spider-Man 2 outfit first, you know?
His has the
But
weird goggles for eyes. Like his
yeah,
eye lenses look like ski goggles. I don't
which
like it as much.
you don't see, I like it just because of some of the Spider-Man like comics depicted him with huge eyes. And I kind of like that he's sort of that variant of Spider-Man, you know? But
Yeah, I like Tom Holland's suit though, where they incorporated the expression in the eyes. Like his
yeah,
suit mimics like the eyes change, so it's not
yeah.
just a stagnant
And
piece.
there was because of course how it, and I love of his ending suit is definitely my favorite because it's like classic Spider-Man. But a lot, there's speculation that if his eyes will do that because he had Tony Stark like technology. But the argument is that when he had his own makeshift one in the first movie,
Mm.
his goggles actually did that. So he is smart enough to make his eyes move like that. So I think they'll still have it, but I don't know.
I'm stoked. We're
Yeah.
nerding out here, and TJ is like, I don't
I
know.
know.
I'm like, I'm falling asleep. Um, so yeah, I mean, if you guys want to kind of like cut it short a little bit early today, I think we pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
got more Boba Fett to watch. I got Thai food to heat up.
Nice. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
hungry. I'm ready to eat. Thank you guys all so much for joining us. We will see you, I think, next Wednesday, right?
I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a great night. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
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 Zippity doo dah.
Zip it up and